Hello everyone, and welcome back to my crafting world. This is Anna. Guys, I wanted to put my newly made template to better use. So what I did, here's my template that I made, showing you guys how to make the Coffin goodie box or treat box. So I figured there has to be another way that I can use this template. So I came up with a shadow box, guys. It stands up nice and sturdy. So all I did was I put a couple of shelves on here, and I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to go ahead and make one with you guys. The box is already made because in the previous video I showed you how to make the box. So the box is already made for the upcoming tutorial after I go over this shadow box. So I covered the outside with some paper from that Pinkaboo paper pad, and then I put a couple of trims here, and I did purple and I did pink. I didn't do anything on the back. This is the way the back comes out. Okay, so on the inside I put some more paper right here, and for the shelves I used the background paper, which is that, you know, pink and white, the little white stars. So on the first shelf I have one of these little Tim Holtz picture frames. It's the one that goes from, you know, a regular picture to, you know, a skeletal picture, and they're silver, but I took my gold pen and I colored it gold because I mean most everything in here is gold, so if I could change the color I did. I put a couple of eyeballs, and guys, you know I have tons of eyeballs. I put a couple of eyeballs on there. These two little hearts were from a swap, so just about everything was from last year's box swap that we had, embellishment box swap. And I put a couple of, you know, I just put little things everywhere. So I put some little flowers in that back corner, and I took one of the little bottles. I don't even remember where I got those bottles. It may have been from, I don't know where I got it, but I got these little labels in last year's swap. So I put a little label on the bottle, and there's some glitter in there, and I put a little, and I did glue it shut. And then I put one of those skeleton or skull beads, and then I put another skull bead back there on top of one of the black glitter balls. Those came from Dollar Tree last year in the bag of gold, or I'm sorry, black and orange. So I just, you know, used a couple of those. This little spell book, I just put a little piece of foam on the back to make it stand up, and I glued it down. I put a little rose on the back, and these were in my stash from last year. And this is a sticker where I just glued the bottom and made it stand up, and then some gold glitter balls, and then I just put an eyeball right there, and I put these little flat back gems that were in my in one of my swaps. And then when I got those, these are the flowers that I got as well. Here's another, this is a big eyeball, some more gems, and the little tombstone that I made last year, and then that little table in the back, and this little scream mask. That one was in a swap last year. And then I, you know, glued some skulls down, and then I made this little spool, put some bling around it. This is a sticker. I just glued the sticker on there with a bone. And then at the bottom I used this little guy, and you guys sent me some of these last year because I didn't buy any. I know I didn't. And then here is a spider web that I have a die in my stash, and there's a spider going up. And this again is another sticker, and I just put some glue at the bottom, and it stands up, you know, very nicely. And then here's another one of those flowers, and another eyeball, and another tombstone in the back with some flowers. So there is the inside. It's kind of hard to see because you know, because the spaces are kind of small. But yeah, there we go, guys. Those are so cute. And then I put a big spider on the top. And these are really, I mean, they're easy to make. I mean, I say everything is easy to make, but I really firmly believe that. So let me show you how I made it. And I've made the coffin itself because you guys, I had already gone over that in the previous video. It's just, you make the coffin just as if you were making the treat box. And the bottom of the base, which is this right here, this helps it stand nice and straight, and it won't topple over. So this is 3.5 by 3, and all I did was cover it in paper. As you can see, there is my piece to cover the bottom, and honestly, you really don't have to, but I just feel like it finishes it off very well. So I chose that along with this, or to match the outside. And then I did cut another, because this is really sturdy. It's super sturdy. So the way I got it very sturdy was I cut, you know, one coffin to make my box, and then I cut another one. And again, this one you're gonna cut, you're gonna trace and cut, and you're gonna just cut off about actually about 1/16 of an inch. This is even less than when we made the treat box. And then this is gonna go in here nicely. You know, it's gonna almost fit exactly. So if you need to trim something off, you can, but I wanted mine to be nice and snug. And what I did was I went ahead and covered this chipboard with some pattern paper. So I'm gonna glue this onto the coffin itself. So I'm just gonna put some glue on the back and put it back down into the coffin and cover it, and cover the back part of the coffin. All right, guys, so that provides a nice sturdy shelf for you. So the next thing I did was I went ahead and grabbed 2 strips of cardstock, and this is 110-pound cardstock, and this is cut at 6 7/8 inch long, and it is scored at 1/2 inch on each side. Okay, all you're gonna do is you're gonna take this, and I went ahead and trimmed the back, you know, just angled it a little bit so that it didn't hit right on the corner. All you're gonna do is you're gonna take this and you are going to glue it right to these fold lines right here. All you're gonna do is glue it down right there, okay? So let me glue those down, one on each side. So you know what, let me go ahead and put glue on this one as well. Just make sure it's glued down and you have your first shelf. And then on the second one, I didn't tell you how wide this was. I didn't want my shelves to come all the way out. So this is 1 3/4 inch wide, so is this one. And this one is 5.5 inches across. And you're gonna do the same thing. This one is just a tad bit different because you just need to go down as far as your shelf will allow, which is about right there. And then you glue your tabs down, and there you go. So I forgot what I measured that they come down to. I'll tell you here in just a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna hold these tabs down, bring this down to where it doesn't buckle or anything, but it stops right there. And then just bring it up and make sure you have it straight across. Sorry guys, I know it's a little hard for you to see, but I need to make sure that my shelf is straight. Right there. And you may have a little buckling, but we're going to take care of that. As long as you don't have too much, we can take care of it. And then just make sure that your shelf is back up against the back of the wall there. And then there we go. So mine looks like it went down pretty straight, maybe a little bit up on this back corner, and it's already too late to straighten it, but I mean, once you put your trinkets on there, it's not going to show much. Okay, so we need to strengthen these up. So what I did was I cut another piece of chipboard, and you know, we have plenty of, you know, chipboard pieces. This is 5 3/4. Oh, there we go, by 1 3/4 wide. Okay, this one is going to go on the top, and I did choose, this is going to be the lining, the inside, so that's why I made the shelves with this paper. And this is, you're just going to glue this down right there. Okay, and then the one for the bottom one is 1 3/4 inch wide by 4 3/8 inch wide. And again, you're just going to cover it, and you are going to put it down right there. Okay, so let me do that. Just gonna put it in right there, and then just bring it up to the edge of your shelf here. And it looks like I may have cut this just a little bit short. You can, you know, you can test them before you actually put them down. I actually didn't do that. And then just glue it down. If you want to, you can add a little glue up here and have that, glue that down as well. So there's our first shelf. There's our second shelf, guys. There we go. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the inside of my shelf, of my shadow box. Okay guys, there you go. The inside of the walls are done. My shelves are in, the bottom is in. Everything is ready. All we need to do is put this last piece on the bottom, which is the base. And I know this is the bottom, so I am going to flip this over and put it down right there and kind of line it up with the grid. And then what I'm going to do, or what I did, was I just went ahead and put glue on there, and then just center this to the bottom of your base, or to the top of your base. And I'm going to go about right there. I think it'll be okay right there. Okay, so that is it, guys. You just let it dry, and your coffin bookcase is ready to go. It was that simple. I mean, we have the template, we may as well put it to use. And I think I think it's a good use for it. That way it's not a one-time deal, it's not a one-time use template. You can save it and use it again for a different project. There we go, guys. I hope you liked this super quick tutorial. There's that one, and here is this one, and I don't want to put it down because I know the base is not dried on yet. But there you go, guys. I hope that you have liked this really super quick tutorial, and it is something totally different to do with your coffin. All right, guys, I will talk to everyone later, and you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys.